Are you even more of a fan of Cade Cunningham now after this comment?
I agree with it. You're right. So, Skip, this generation of players grew up watching LeBron. A lot of the old guys that grew up watching Jordan, the Tracy McGrady's that grew up like that, I'm sure they were probably going to side with Jordan. But as we get further and further removed, Skip, where less and less people actually saw Jordan play, they're going to start siding with guys like Kobe and LeBron and KD. I remember when I was growing up and I was like, hey, Dr. J is the best player I saw. And then it was Magic and Bird, and then here come Jordan. And Jordan was doing things we'd never seen anybody really like fly through there, and he had his tongue hanging out. He was leaning to the side dunking, and he was doing things that we had just never, ever seen. And then he came out with that shoe. And that kind of ended it for everybody because it's like, once you retired, your shoes went away. Not this guy. This guy's shoe became more popular once he retired than he did when he was actually playing.
True.
And I'm like, whoa, what? That's not supposed to happen. But I just think Cade, this kid's what, 19, 20 years old? And so basically all he's really remembered was watching LeBron. And once he gets an opportunity, it would be interesting to see, man, that guy looks really good. And I think that's the thing what happened with KD. He's like, man, KD's special. And then you actually get in the game and you see what KD's doing. You're like, man, that's on a whole different level. And that's what they do with GOAT. He's like, man, this dude is really good. The 10 final appearances, the 4 MVPs, the 4 final MVPs, the 17 straight All-Star game starts, the 13-time first-team All-NBA, nobody close. He's been an All-NBA player basically his entire, 15 times, 16 times.
Yep.
So I agree with Cade Cunningham. And guess what you can't say? Oh, that's a Clutch client. That's why he talking like that, because, LeBron owned Clutch. Rich Paul owns Clutch. This is not a Clutch client. I agree with Cade, too.
I'm sure
That's why he's going to be Rookie of the Year.
That might be the biggest duh in the history of
That's why he's going to be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. You just became a much bigger Cade Cunningham fan. So I'm going to remind everybody, Cade Cunningham was born on September 25th of 2001. That was exactly 2 weeks after 9/11, just to put it in historical perspective.
Yeah.
And that was shortly before, on October 30th, after 3 years in retirement, Michael Jordan came out of retirement to play for, at age 39, Washington.
Yeah.
It was a little hard to watch.
So he don't remember none of that.
Okay, he averaged 20 and 6, which was pretty good.
Pretty good.
But it wasn't,
at 40.
It wasn't MJ.
No.
Too many cigars, too much of that.
Too much of that yak.
Yeah. And he was no longer Jordan, and I doubt Cade even watched him because Cade was a little tiny baby at that point, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I get it that he grew up watching LeBron, but this is one thing about today's generation that haunts me. When I was a little kid, I never watched Babe Ruth play live, but I knew all about Babe Ruth, and I didn't even have the internet because I just got my hands on books, and I heard people talk about him.
Man, ain't nobody read no more like that, Skip.
Okay, but I was in awe of Babe Ruth because I could look at the numbers and I'd say, he did that?
Yes.
And you look at the on-base percentage and you just say, he just dominated the game. It's just like ridiculous.
He was hitting more home runs than teams.
And then you look at his early pitching stats and you say, he did that too on top of that?
Yeah, he was Shohei Ohtani before he was.
Okay, so at least I had huge respect for Babe Ruth, but I never saw 1 second of Babe Ruth actually playing baseball.
Right.
So it's hard on me to go with Cade on this, except that I do get that his game is much more LeBron-esque than Jordan-esque. It's all around.
6'8" playmaker, yeah.
He can do it. He makes plays, and he does. He might even shoot it a little better so far than LeBron does, because in Summer League, he was shooting at 50% from three. I don't know if he'll sustain that, but he shot from the college three, he shot 40%.
Right.
So I do have nothing but high regard for his game. I happen to like Jalen Green a little bit more because he is just a spectacular scorer. He just scores from everywhere, effortless, easy. He just got that scoring gene about him, and he is going to light this league up and put Houston right back on the map.
Right.
Okay? So I would favor him for Rookie of the Year. But in the end, it's hard for me to go with Cade on this because he's just readily admitting, I always say I've been able to see LeBron. I was never able to be around and see full games and know all the storylines going into games with Michael Jordan.
Right.
Well, I don't know what he was doing during the pandemic. Did he see The Last Dance? I don't know if he did or not.
I mean, it's something to be said. Watching I was able to go to the Olympic trials when they had the Olympic trials in 1996. And to watch Michael Johnson run the 200 meters, to watch Michael Johnson when he broke the world record, to watch him run the 400 meters, Skip, to watch it on TV and to watch it in person is something entirely. You've been to sporting events your whole career. Watching it on TV don't do it justice as when you see it in person. It's like
it helps to watch it on TV, but I would agree with you.
That field of Miracle on Ice, when you were at 1980 Lake Placid.
I was in the front row.
Yes. So they can come out with all the movies they want to. It's not going to do it justice like you being there with pen and pad.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, I didn't know enough about hockey to really appreciate what was happening. I'm like, this is really happening?
Right.
I'm sitting next to Larry Felser from the Buffalo News, who knew hockey inside out and covered it for years. He's explaining it to me as we're going. I only went that night because I didn't have anything else to do.
Right.
And they had extra tickets. The U.S., the sort of the press liaison got extra seats. Nobody wanted to go to the game because they thought it was going to be another blowout.
Because they had beaten them earlier 10-0.
10-0 in Madison Square Garden in an exhibition, right? And I figured that's what was going to happen, and then that happened.
And they ended up pulling the goalie, the Tretiak, who was actually at the time the greatest goalie ever.
Highly controversial, right? And I think that did end the Russians at that point. But the point was that, I saw that live just the way I got to savor and see Michael Jordan live. I was there in 1998. I got to know him. Reasons I don't really get. He liked me. He sort of took me under his wing a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking about that? Now that I look back at it, I don't know why he liked you.
I don't know. Hard to know. But he knew I really liked him.
Exactly.
Because I could see.
You wrote favorable articles.
Well, I did, because every night I went to watch him, he did one thing that I'd never seen before. On a nightly basis, he would do something I'd say, I've never seen that one before, right? He did that, and all he did was win 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1, and he was the all-time absolute killer, the assassin, the cold-blooded killer that I'd never seen before. Just the force of will that he had to take over games. Again, maybe it's interesting that to me, LeBron doesn't have that kind of makeup to him, and most people agree with that he doesn't have that Jordan makeup.
You got to, and I'm old enough and fortunate enough to have seen Jordan play. I didn't see him play any playoff games, but I've seen him play in the regular season, and I've seen LeBron play in postseason, seen him play regular season. I was at that game 3, the loss to Golden State, Skip, and he had 42, 12, and 9. I saw him in playoff games when in Atlanta. Like I said, you just got to, some things you just got to see for yourself. Okay. TV doesn't do everything justice. Yeah, I understand that everybody's not fortunate enough, but sometimes when you see it in person, you're in awe.
Okay, I got it. But I'll boil down LeBron and MJ as LeBron, nice guy. MJ, really not a nice guy. But you can see that in The Last Dance, right? That was...
He's different. He's very different.
And Cade did say, dude is different. Well, that's an understatement. Yeah, he was like rare, like he was one of a kind. Mm-hmm. So the point is, I think Cade's nature is more, it gravitates more to LeBron's nature because Cade seems like a good kid. You know, he's got good leadership skills, and yet is he a cold-blooded killer? Is he a tough guy?
I think the thing, Skip, the problem is that everybody tries to equate LeBron to Jordan. Their makeup, their games are totally different. LeBron's makeup, his game is Magic Johnson.
It is.
Yep,
I agree.
Kobe's makeup is Jordan.
It is and was.
His mindset, the way he behaved, the way he played, that's Jordan. Everything about LeBron is Magic Johnson.
Yep.
And if you've ever met Magic Johnson will meet you and make you feel like he's known you for 25 years. Man, how you doing, man? Damn, Magic, you just met me. How your family? Man, how your brother doing?
Yep.
Your family good? Magic just has a way of making you feel like, dude, man, I've been doing Magic. I've been doing Magic 5 minutes. He got me thinking I've been doing it 25 years.
Agreed. Okay.
Jordan will acknowledge you, but he's not gonna just open up and just be carrying on with you. That's not how he's built.
That's not how he's built. Although you have acknowledged, if you walk into the same room with Michael Jordan, you look around and you say, there he is.
Oh, man, Skip, I've talked to Allen Iverson. I've talked to every professional basketball, a lot of professional basketball players, and a lot of them in the Hall of Fame, and they say the exact same thing. Say when they first saw that man, say he looked like he levitating. Say he looked like he ain't even real. Skip, like I said, I've met a lot of famous people, from Samuel Jackson to Denzel and Oprah. Skip, I ain't never had the feeling I got when I laid eyes on that man.
Thank you.
I still don't, and every time I see him, I'm like, that mofo don't even look real.
Not real.
I'm looking at the ground, I'm like, he's standing, but he gotta be levitating.
Agreed. That's what Cade is missing here.
I'm just telling you, hey.
Yeah. Now I need to read a story in which Jalen Green says that the GOAT is Jordan. Then I'm good. Case closed.
Yeah, see. Right. Oh, that's what you wait for. You wait for it to come out.
Yeah.
But what if he said the GOAT is LeBron?
Well,
now you gonna take back your hope for you in the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Come on. You got to wise up. You got to be mature beyond your years.
Yeah, but it's I ain't gonna lie, Skip. Like I said, I've never met Tiger, never seen Tiger Woods. But that guy?
Yeah, I don't think it's like that with Tiger. Yeah. I got it.
Skip, you know what? I just wish people. I mean, I know. Look, and I'm not finna be blasphemous and sacrilegious when Jesus was coming through, and the lady said, "I just want to touch the hem of his garment," and she was healed. But I just wish everybody could just see this man one time and see their reaction.
I got it.
You remember when Michael Jackson would come out on stage and people would just faint, and he started to sing, and people like, "Oh my God!" And they just taking people out by the 10s and the 15s. You got to see him in person to understand what I'm talking about.
Well, I think you're just making the GOAT case for Jordan.
No, Skip, but I got to, but I'm saying basketball player. This right here and pull up, and the trip dubs, and the big game 7, when all the money's in the table.
Really? In the 60% free throw shooting?
There you go. See?
Well, I don't know.
Man, ain't nobody talking about no free throws. Ain't nobody mentioning nothing about no free throws.
Well, they should be.
No, they shouldn't.
Achilles heel.
Yeah, I mean, Cade gave the man the credit. Now you want to discredit Cade.
Yep.
Now you don't want him to win Rookie of the Year.
His stock fell a little bit.
There ain't no
Just
stock.
a little bit.
That man the number 1 pick in the draft.
Well, that's fine. I like the number 2 pick a little more.
Okay.
I liked hearing you guys talk about Miracle on Ice. Since I'm the hockey girl around here. But you said, Skip, that you didn't want to go. You had a ticket. I think it was sold out, though. It was a full crowd.
I don't know what else. I don't know what else to write about tonight.
Yeah, well.
The media, y'all be getting tickets. Y'all don't even need to be
Remember,
going.
that game was tape delayed in the United States. It was late
realize
at
what's
night.
happening.
Replayed.
Pretty amazing.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.